Let's finish it.
Did you ever have like a clubhouse cancer guy who was just brutal, like nobody wanted to be around and it just brought down the team?
Yeah, I mean, I think every team probably has one of those,
Yeah.
or at least a partial one of those, and I think that's where same thing goes. If you can just get in that guy's head to be stay yourself, if you want to be that guy, fine, but just find a way to have like some sort of positive impact.
Yeah.
But most of those guys kind of weed themselves out.
Yeah.
Teams don't want them, and next thing
They
you know,
exile themselves.
Yeah. So I mean, if a kid's not willing to change or teammates not willing to change at some point, like unless you're that good, they're just going to get rid of you.
Yep.
So I think if that's one thing kids can take away is if you are one of those negative people, you better be really damn good.
Yep.
And if you're not, no one's going to want you.
Right.
And I know it feels good to be wanted. So I think that's maybe an aspect people can take is in baseball, like I want to be wanted by my team. How can I do that?
Yeah. No, I mean, that's a massive takeaway because you see that all the time. And it's kind of like the kid in youth baseball that, you know, from 7 to 14 years old, he's played for 10 different teams.
Yeah.
And he just keeps hopping, and it's never his fault. And it's always the coach's fault or the player's fault that he played
And
with.
it
They
starts at
sucked
home,
and, yeah.
too.
Oh, yeah.
To be honest, I mean, that starts at home. I hate it when you see these videos online and the kids are pulling their son out of the game, travel ball game. He's 10, 11 years old in the middle of the game. And I'm like, dude, just wait. Wait till the end of the game to say something to the coach or, hey, coach, like, we need to talk. Don't take your kid off his travel team. We already got another team lined up in the middle of the game.
Yeah.
And that happens, which
Crazy.
is crazy.
Happens all the time.
And so the kids see that, and then even if they don't want to be that way, well, that's what they see. So then they somewhat start becoming that way.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's a hard cycle to break, and I think that's where you need to, once they get into high school, hopefully they have a good coach or even just a good teammate who's willing to just talk to them about it, honestly.
Yeah.
How do you neutralize the cancer on the team?
I think at some point you just have to ignore it. It's no different than if you say you're online and you read a bad comment about the Rawlings Tigers, and you know it's just completely invalid. You just ignore it rather than let it bother you and get in your head. Just as example. So I think at some point you got to ignore them and try and talk to them. If they're not willing, you kind of just leave them be. At some point, it's no different than animals. If you have a wolf pack, let's say, and you have that one wolf who's kind of out to the side, at some point that wolf's going to want to be a part of the wolf pack. And so you can help, you can talk to him. At some point, you just got to, it's like a kid, just let him learn. And at some point, I feel like that they make that decision, either I want to be a part of this pack or I don't. And if they do, they're usually willing to at least change a little bit. If they don't, they're probably not on the team any longer. Because management
End up going
realizes
their
it.
own way.
Yeah, and they're, back home saying, oh, it was so-and-so's fault.
Right.
To see more short clips of The Closing Pitch, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also subscribe to Apple Podcasts and follow on Spotify to get notified on future episodes.